Hello, families, parents, and guardians of our JTL students. My name is Mrs. Szymanski, and I'm one of two art teachers here at JT Lambert Intermediate School. I would like to give you a little bit of information about how art is going to work this school year. As you may have already noticed, everything we're doing this year is virtual and through Google Classroom. Your students are going to be learning synchronously with the students that are in school live, and then the students that are at home will be logging in at the same time to get the same instruction. We start each class promptly on time, and we ask that you make sure your students are logging in from home on time, as attendance is imperative for us to track students throughout the day, especially first period, where that actually counts for their regular school attendance, whereas if they were absent, they would need an excuse. So it is really important that students are logging on from home at the correct time. Each class starts out with us giving students an at the bell, and so that is a way for us to engage students, get to know students, and have them interact with one another, whether they're in the classroom or at home. And then we move on to our project or directions, and we kind of give what we call open studio time, which means students at home have the option of staying on throughout the meet and working. They can get feedback from the teacher as they're working, or if they need help, they can ask us, or they have the option of logging off and continuing to be able to work on their own without teacher assistance. But we do ask that every class they start out with us as a group to be able to go over instructions. You may have noticed that Google Classroom is the format that everyone is using in school this year. All of our assignments are broken down by day throughout the week, so students know exactly what we're working on each day, and then they know where to turn in their assignments because they're posted in those days of the week. The other thing that is really important for students to be aware of is that they need to be taking pictures of their artwork. And that's how they're turning it in. So this year, teachers are not collecting artwork. We're not handling their art projects. It's very independent in that way. So they do need to take pictures and upload it, and they've been instructed on how to do that. And we also have tutorials on our Google Classroom pages to assist with that if students are struggling. The other thing that we need to make you aware of is that students are not sharing supplies this year, which has limited some of our art materials and the things that we do in the classroom. But we're still making sure that we provide supplies for them to be able to do art. We are asking that if you have art supplies at home, or if you are able to get supplies for your child, things like markers, colored pencils, if they have watercolors or anything like that, if you already have those, we are asking that they utilize that to try to limit our resources here at school that we need to pass out and pay for. Therefore, we are making sure, though, that every child has what they need. They're asked to give us a list of things that they need, and we are providing an art kit for students. You may have noticed they have a Ziploc bag with their name on it, and they bring these supplies back and forth to school. So that way, if they're in school, they can work with the materials, but they also have them when they are out of school to continue to be able to work on projects and assignments. At the end of the semester, we are going to collect any supplies that we can, so we can go through a disinfection process and hopefully reuse some of the supplies that maybe can be utilized with other classes going forward. So we are asking also students to take care of the supplies that they're given because we are trying to make them last and get some longevity out of them. We are really looking forward to making art this year, trying to get the students off their Chromebooks when they are in art class and making things to the best of our ability. Again, I know it looks a little bit different. We're not able to showcase the art in ways that we have in the past, but we are offering contest opportunities that's posted in Google Classroom. There's lots of extra credit and fun activities for students to explore because we know a lot of our students find art as a great creative outlet. And the last thing is, if you have any questions, please feel free to email your art teacher. We also have Google Meet hours that students can log in, office hours on Wednesdays that are posted in our Google Classroom. So they're welcome to utilize those. And again, we're available every art class for them, whether they're staying on live while they're working on studio projects, or if they decide that they're going to log off and work on those things. We are looking forward to a great school year. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us.
Hi, my name is Miss Christopher, but most people call me Miss Chris. I'm one of the two art teachers here at JTL, and I'd like to tell you about your week when you come to art. On Mondays, we call Monday Sketchbook Day, and what we do is at the start of class, we give you a brand new sketchbook prompt for the week. The sketchbook is only worked on in class on Mondays. The prompts that we give are intended to allow kids to think creatively, to incorporate things that they enjoy in their artwork, and to allow kids to explore materials that they want to use. So we don't dictate typically whether they need to paint or draw or use colored pencils. We give them some sort of creativity prompt, and then we let them explore and have fun with it. So that is every Monday. We won't work on it again for the rest of the week, and it will be due the following Monday. Our requirements for a sketchbook drawing are simply that the drawing be about this big, that kids fill the entire page with what they draw. So don't draw something small in the middle and leave a lot of white space around it. We want them to color, shade, or paint everything on the paper, so not just a line drawing. And we want them to try to address the prompt that we gave them. But again, they could do that in all sorts of ways. So if a kid really likes anime, they can bring that into the drawing. If they like to draw realistically, this is their opportunity to do that as well. Tuesdays and Thursdays are our days for introducing concepts and working on in-class projects. So these are more structured. These are the times where we are asking kids to follow more of a guideline. Wednesday, which falls in the middle there, Wednesday would be, for most kids, a day to continue to work on their sketchbook drawing. And if they need to catch up with their in-class studio project, they could also do that on Wednesdays. Finally, on Friday, whenever possible, we like to allow kids to use Friday as a catch-up day. So if they need to use that day to work on their sketchbook again, they can do that. If their time would be better spent working on the studio project, then we allow them to do that as well. And that's how our week looks here at JTL Art. Thanks for watching.